Are you ready to add a little bit more whimsy to your Ren Faire experience? I got you.
Hi, I'm Hannah. Thank you so much for coming to my channel where I talk all things costuming, cosplay, and live events. Today we're going to talk about some Ren Faire crafts.
I'm going to show you how to do some really simple, cheap crafts to make little trinkets that you can either trinket trade or just give to people. Maybe they make you laugh or you really love their costume. It's just a great way to lift spirit. So I stopped in the Dollar Tree the other day, was looking for something else, and I always walk through the craft aisle when I am there. So, just to take a look, just to see. And this time I almost screamed because they had these little wooden mushrooms that I haven't seen at Dollar Tree for over a year. I made some little hand painted mushrooms about a year ago. I had had the supplies and I was sick with COVID. So I was like, this is a cute little craft to do on this sad day where I'm inside and sick. And I've been kicking myself for not buying more because I didn't think they were going to restock them. So I found them in there. I basically screamed. I wanted to buy all of them, but definitely only bought some and then left some for the next person to be surprised with. Then I also found a couple other things like these cute little wooden mermaid pins. And then I kept having more ideas and I was like, let's see, how crafty can I get in little crafty gremlin mode? I got pretty crafty. So I figured I would tell you all about my little process and how I made these little guys.
You can probably tell by my trash goblinness that I do a lot of crafts and then get distracted and then maybe sometimes don't clean up after them. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with some of my little painting ones, but I'm going to do it on top of this little rolling cart because all of my other craft surfaces are occupied at this moment in time. So here we go.
So this is what I typically use for my little trinkets that I like to give out at the Ren Fair. It's just a basic one. You can get it on like Amazon, so check my Amazon storefront. Sometimes fairs that don't regulate handmade goods will have them, but you can also just get it online. But this is what I usually carry around with me. These are some that I've made in the past, all from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how I make these cute little mushroom guys. I think they're adorable, and every person that I've given them to really seems to enjoy them. And then I also have these little fairy potion bottle thingies that are just like also from Dollar Tree, but they are also filled with like glitter and stuff from Dollar Tree as well. So I didn't buy any of those to show you this time because it's literally just pouring glitter into a little bottle and then putting the cap on it. So anyway, that's what I have done in the past. I'm going to add more to this. Before we get started, here are the new materials that I purchased for these projects. Starting out, I'm just going to mix a little bit of paint so that I get that nice tan-ish color for the root or the stem of the little mushroom guys. Do a little bit color mixing. That should neutralize it just a little bit more and less of a poppy yellow. And I'm already kind of liking that a little bit better. So now I'm just going to come in here, just take a little bit of paint and just cover the top. I'm going to go through and get like the underside as kind of carefully as I can without getting on like the stem or root part. If you make a little bit of a mistake and you get some paint on that stem like I definitely just did, I just think it adds to the whimsy, and it also makes it clear that it was definitely like hand painted, which I think is also cool. As Bob Ross said, there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. I'm literally just gonna take like the end of a paintbrush and just do little dots. And also this is a great way to like work with imperfections. If there's like a spot that is not super covered or maybe got a different color paint on it, just go ahead and do this. Just kind of do as many as you want, however you want. All right, this is where it's gonna get a little messy. I bought this tacky glue and I'm literally just gonna, you can roll it on, you can paint it on. I'm literally just gonna use my finger covering this guy in some glue. I'm just gonna kind of go in here and roll it around for a nice little glitter mushroom. And this glue does dry clear, so any white that you see on there as I'm doing this will dry clear. And now I've got a cute little glitter mushroom. Like, how freaking cute is that? And honestly, like, you could get super detailed with these. I am not planning on it. I'm just gonna do some
blues, greens, and purples, and then maybe put some glitter on some of these. So I think something that would be cute is kind of doing like a little blend on here. So I'm going to go and start with putting some nice dark blue. Then I'm going to come in and put some nice light blue. And we're going to kind of just let the colors mix. And since these are all cool colors, I'm not really worried about how they're going to clash because they're all in the same kind of color family. So, and there you have a really cute little unique thing. Okay, and there are my little mermaids, and honestly pretty happy with them. I think they're really cute. I might go and do some more light purple on my purple mermaid, just because I feel like she looks kind of a little flat in color terms. Just more personality. That's a little bit better. All right, there we go. Now I just have to wait for these guys to dry. Okay, so I'm going to be going to the Great Lakes Medieval Fair here soon, depending on when this is posted. This might be before or after I go. But I wanted to do more trinket trading than I did the last time I was there. And to do trinket trading, they do a lot of to do trinket trading, they have little like badges that they show so that you would like wear as a pin to say like I'm open for trinket trading. Like the staff wear them and you can also wear them. When I decided I wanted to do this, I didn't exactly have a lot of time to like order one on Etsy or something like that. So I decided to make one myself. And then I'm just going to try and put like the thinnest coat of brown known to man so it looks more like a stain than anything else. And I want to make sure I get the sides as well. So it's not just like, okay, clearly you didn't do the whole thing. But I'm not really worried about the back because that's where I'm going to attach the pin back to it. I just want to make sure that like the edges aren't completely not done. If that makes sense. And I'm not going to use a ton of black, but I want to get a darker shade that I can use to kind of like weather the edges a little bit more. And again, I'm going to use a lot of water so it's not, it's going to kind of like lightly go around the edge. And then for my coins, I'm going to use this metallic paint that I found that I forgot I had. This one I don't care as much if it is like super watery. I will use some water because that paint is pretty thick. And since this is a coin and not a pin, I'm going to do both sides and the edge. Now I just need to let those dry. So I was getting ready to start the next piece. When I picked these up off the shelf, I thought they were all this oval shape. And I was like, wow, 30 of the ovals? Oh well, but that's okay, I'll do it. Should have read the back, I was a dummy. And there's all these different shapes. So honestly, I could do another trinket trade one bigger if I wanted to. I don't know what I'm going to do with these like petal teardrop shapes. But this is what I was going to do for another pin. So I don't really have like a symbol or anything to trace on these coins. So I just thought maybe I would do like a little pattern and put glitter on it. I don't know. I'm going to do the same thing I did with the mushrooms and use like the end of a paintbrush and just kind of do like a little, but I don't know. I think they're cute. I'm only going to do one side. If you have any other ideas of like a symbol or something I could put on there, let me know. This one is definitely more of like a joke, kind of a meme for people in one of the fans of Ohio Renaissance Fair Facebook pages. A couple days ago, as I'm doing this, people started posting their Ren Faire thirst trap pictures in the page. This is a public group, so I think you could probably go find them. And it like blew up and Facebook thought it was like some sort of spamming scam thing. So it like shut the page down, not like officially, but like stopped people from posting. And it was like this huge drama because people thought people were getting blocked from posting and all of that. But honestly, it was like really funny. And a lot of people were posting their thirst traps, getting ready for the season of the Ren Faire, and then people started making like little badges that said "Art thou thirsty?" So I'm definitely that's definitely what I'm doing. I'm making this that says "Art thou thirsty?" and I'm gonna make it a pin, and then I'll probably make extras. And then if somebody at the fair is like, "Oh my god, I love that," I'll be like, "Here you go, I got you," and just hand them out, not expecting anything in return. Just just trying to spread the joy and the meme, I guess. So I definitely thought I was recording as I did this, but it turns out I wasn't. Basically, I just took my pins and I made sure I had the top of the pin in there, like where this will go in at the top of where I want the actual, like the top of the actual pin, so that I can see easily to take it on and off. And then I just hot glued it in there and then pressed it nice in so that the hot glue comes out these little holes and it should be nice and secure. And now I have these cute little pins. And I forgot to say while I was doing this, I realized I didn't actually need to get these pin backs from Amazon. I am not mad that I bought them because I think I will continue to use them for other crafts, but I definitely could have done without these and just could have bought like the little tiny clothespins and hot glued a little tiny clothespin on the back of this to clip to my costume. Okay, so editing Hannah here, and apparently there were several times in this video where I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So this is me saying the original trinket trading pin that I made, I didn't end up like the way it was looking. So I did go ahead and make that second one out of that thinner wood, just like the meme one. Here's all my trinkets and how they ended up. I'm pretty happy. I think they're super cute and I can't wait to give them out. And then just a reminder of these other little vase filler type stuff that Dollar Tree also has. I feel like in the past I've also seen like little wood chips like this at Dollar Tree. There weren't any when I went there. So there's a high likelihood that you could get all of this stuff from Dollar Tree and it would all be like, you should always check the website for your Renaissance fair, or if they don't have a website, like their Facebook page or whatever, for their policies on trinket trading. A lot of times it's like, okay, kids only, and then it's literally just kind of like store-bought stuff, or they don't allow it at all. I know at the Ohio Renaissance Festival, trinket trading was banned a while back because people were getting like really into it and making these really intricate things that vendors felt like they were competing with. So they are not, trinket trading is not at every Ren Fair, but I think it is super fun and I always want to be a part of it. And even at fairs that do not have trinket trading, I do usually bring my trinket trading pouch with me so that I can give things out to people if I like really like their outfit or whatever, like I mentioned earlier. But definitely check the rules before you go. I would hate for you to make all of these cute little things and then get there and then like get kicked out of the Ren Fair because you're not supposed to be doing that. But even if trinket trading is outlawed, there is nothing saying that you can't give something to somebody, you know? Just don't expect something in return, if that makes sense. Something I also might do at the Ohio Renaissance Festival is hide some of these little creations all over the park. So we'll see. I'm going to talk a little bit about cost here. So almost all of this stuff I did find at Dollar Tree. Some of it I already had on hand, and then I did buy a few things from Michael's and Amazon. However, as I've mentioned, some of these things could be potentially purchased at Dollar Tree. There just wasn't any of these materials at the local Dollar Tree that I stopped at. So what I spent in this project, I spent about $10 at Dollar Tree to begin with. I bought 4 packs of wooden mushrooms, 1 pack of the mermaid pins, the clippy pins. I bought a pack of paintbrushes. What else did I buy? I bought some tacky glue and some more glitter, I think is all I bought. So I bought $10, and that's a lot of good craft material, to be honest. That's pretty good value. And then when I realized that they didn't have what I was looking for, I went to Amazon and Michael's. Amazon, I bought those pin backs. I think that was like $6. And there's a ton of them in there, and I will continue to use them for other crafts, so I don't really feel guilty about that. And the wood discs, I couldn't really find anything that I wanted on Amazon that wasn't like super expensive or just like a massive quantity. I was like, I don't need 200 of these little wood chips. So I was like, all right. I think I did check Walmart, but I didn't end up getting anything at Walmart. I went to Michael's because Mr. Michael's has good coupons usually. And I immediately found something that I liked, but I was like, it's $6 for just a couple of these little wood chips? I don't know. So I kind of followed my gut, and every time I'm in there, I kind of circle the entire store anyway, even if I'm just looking for one thing. But I was like, I'm gonna go look over in the kids section as well, and then I found these 2 packs of
wood shapes that were in the kids' crafts, and they were like $3 each. I also did buy some powdered dye for another project at Michael's. Overall, I spent like $12. So I'm looking at another probably almost $10 in those wood chips that I again can continue to use for other things. So overall, Dollar Tree spent $10 plus 6 from Amazon, so we're up to 16, and then about another 10 from Michael's. So we're looking under $30. And what I'm going to show you guys, and what I showed you guys today, is only like a small portion of what I can create with these. There are a ton more of the little mushrooms that I haven't painted, and there are like possibilities are endless with a lot of these things. So pretty good value and not a huge amount to start with. The other things that I did already have on hand, I have a ton of paint on hand already. I did use some glitter that I already had on hand, and my hot glue gun and hot glue that I also already had on hand. So I'm not counting those expenses in there because I've had those things for forever. And then also, because this is just giving you all ideas, you could potentially just do one. Like you could potentially just do the little wooden mushrooms. And if you already have paint and paintbrushes, then you'd only be spending a couple dollars to paint these little mushrooms or add glitter to them or whatever. So I think these are really good affordable options. And let me know what your favorite craft I made today was. If you have any other ideas with the materials I have, or any other trinkets that you've made, let me know. Let's talk about it. Let's be little craft gremlins together and continue to make trinkets. Yeah, that brings me to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, or share the video with a friend. It really helps me and this channel out, and I will love you forever. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.